All right.
That's dope.
Welcome to another episode of The Ignorance is Free. We have some guesses in the building.
Yes, sir.
And you guys know who the fuck I be. It's your boy Chris Green. Make sure you can follow me on Instagram, The Ignorance is Free with a Z, and on Twitter at I'm Chris Green. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't be a bitch. All right. Starting to what is this, stage right or stage left? I don't know how that shit works.
I think it's opposite of whatever your hand
Opposite.
is.
Okay, so all right. Stage left.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, please, and don't forget to plug that social media.
Yeah. What up, man? I go by the name Drecey. You already know, man. Instagram at it's Drecey. You already know, man. Let me pass it off to my man right here. Let him introduce himself.
I go by City. You can get at me at GetAtCity.
Let me get you guys more in the mic, though. All right.
Sorry about that. City. GetAtCity on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, City with an S.
So, yeah, Joey hits me up randomly. Now, I do want to say this. Shout out to Kid Daniels and to Joey.
Yeah. Shout out Kid Daniels.
And forever, Joey's been trying to get me to sit down with Kid Daniels. So boom, he hits me up out the blue this week. He's like, "Yo, what's your schedule?" I give him the time. I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm here prepping, trying to figure shit out for Kid Daniels.
Right.
And then Thursday, Joey hits me back and he's like, yeah, yo, we're good for Friday. I'm like, all right, dope. Then he creates the group chat.
Right.
And I see Drecey. I'm like,
right.
I text him. I'm like, yo, am I sitting down with Kid Daniels? And then I put two and two together. I'm like, okay, this is a different nigga. So,
right. Definitely.
So what are we not doing? Why do we suck? When I say suck, hold on, wait a second. When I say suck, I don't mean talent-wise, because I've listened to your music, which we'll get into later.
Okay.
But I'm talking about like as far as being recognized, being on a larger scale. Like why do we suck? Why do I only have on my YouTube channel like 1,800 subscribers?
Right.
Why do you have like, I don't know, like I think you have 8 subscribers on your YouTube.
I
No,
don't even
18,
know.
18.
I don't even know. It's
Why?
something-
Why do we suck?
Let me tell you the problem that we have here in Toronto.
No. I mean, I'm talking about me and you.
Oh, why do we suck?
You need to take some ownership.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
The YouTube, it's consistency. It's consistency, man. Because if you look at places where I've been consistent, where I've been putting things on, or I'm consistently on there, or commenting or anything, the following is growing. It continues to grow at a pace that I wish was greater, as we all do.
Yeah.
But you got to be patient with this thing, man. You got to be patient. A lot of times, a lot of people need somebody else to co-sign you before they'll listen to you, even if they are your friend, man. Even if they are. That's just how it goes nowadays in the city.
So you think you need a cosign?
I think once you get a cosign from the people, as far as going viral, if you can do that without getting a cosign, other people will.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you say viral, but and you talk a lot about like your inner circle of friends, which we'll talk about later. But the whole thing with me, like for instance, I'll bring it up briefly, but you say like a lot of your friends will like skip through your shit and like other shit, not share. And I used to have the same mentality, but I only have but so much friends. Let's just say I even have 100 friends, which I don't. But let's just say I do. Even if 100 of my friends liked it or retweeted it, that does not constitute viral. So I never look to my friends to even promote or like. I don't even give a fuck. It would be nice if they did.
Right.
But like they ain't gonna, you understand what I'm saying?
You can't.
No.
You can't. If you look to other people to promote your stuff, that's the first part where you're gonna fail, man.
So who do you blame your lack of success on?
I'm gonna say for me personally, it's the consistency. It was the lack of focus for a long time, the lack of confidence, which are all things that you need to have as an artist to really get going.
Right.
You know what I mean? And mainly, you got to have the right people around you. You got to have the people around you that not just support you, but are able to bring you up in whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm not saying that as cliche. I'm saying that,
of course,
like for real. Like you got to have people that, if you want to do music, I'm surrounding myself by people who I think are better than me at music, or have more insight into what the music industry is about. So I can learn from them. You know what I mean? And that's when I started doing that. That's when everything else started.
So you want to put yourself into better circles,
right?
Yeah.
So what do you like? You have a business too, right? So you can speak to that.
So I mean, for me, it all started with just basic, simple networking, friend through a friend, brother's friend, family friend, just connections like that. And I guess it just starts growing bigger and bigger and bigger depending on your work ethic too, right? Like if people fuck with you, they fuck with you regardless.
Because right now, what drives music, like I told you before, is the social media, it's the internet, it's the viral hits, it's the talent comes second. Because people want to see you and they want to laugh at you and they want to.
You know what?
I
can agree with that because there's so few less.
Let's get you into the mic.
Sorry, so few less lyricists now than you see, or willing to expose themselves as lyricists. It's funny because you see a lot of people that actually can spit. And sometimes you see these little hints of just like lyricism in guys, especially Trippie Redd. Yeah. I seen him in a podcast and he dropped a couple bars and I was like, okay, he's going some conscious route, but he doesn't do this commercially. He doesn't do this for his, you know what I mean? Like he won't do this for an album. He won't do this for a number one hit.
Yeah.
Right? Because right now, if it isn't about last night popping bottles,
who gives a fuck?
Popping a couple things, meeting a couple girls, getting a telly or whatever. It's just the basic things.
So what I don't understand is because what you were saying without the music having lack of substance, you were just basically saying the way people get popping right now is just through the antics and social media. So if you know this and you seem like an intelligent person,
right?
Why not do that? And now before you answer, I don't mean like, troll people and say, come, I don't mean any of that, but like, why not? I know you got the Car Chronicles and you got, your thing popping. I'm aware of that, but why not? If it's working for non-talented artists, why not use the tool that they're using to get popping? Because chances are you probably, shine a little brighter because you actually have talent. Why not do that?
There's repercussions to that, man.
Like what? What repercussions?
I mean, if you... like, especially out here, like, as much as you think you're hard or want to talk hard, people are going to check you on that. You know what I mean? So if it's something like a gimmick, where sure, I might feel as a confident man, I'm a man. If anybody got a problem with me, I'm going to have to defend myself regardless. Like any fucking man, you know what I mean? You can't take that away from anyone. But I mean, if you're going to go beyond that and kind of come a little bit different than you are, like a Tekashi, telling everyone to suck my dick, we're local.
Right.
Anyone can find anyone out here.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a very tight-knit city, and everybody knows everyone. And if you want to start talking and jabbing your mouth out like that, it's going to come back to you. And if you're not about it, then you can't do that either.
And I agree with that, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, I'm right on the subway line.
But you see it every day. And it's not like we've had some very terrible examples this year.
Yeah.
Of artists, Toronto artists going, and like all the time it happens. Young kids. The violence out here it's crazy. But at the same time, I think it's more like you as an artist, Drecey, you want to, like you said, he wants to be real. He wants to keep it himself. And I guess it's just his
keep it authentic.
Yeah, keep it authentic.
But I mean, so how bad do you want it?
See what I'm saying? Then that's
because Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I hate to keep using him as the example. Tekashi 6ix9ine has a kid. So yeah. I'll use like a metaphor to like a drug dealer, right? A drug dealer wants to sell drugs because they may have to take care of their family or whatever like that. They're willing to go to jail to take care, get shot to take care of their family. Tekashi 6ix9ine says, okay, you know what? I don't want to sell drugs, but I'm basically going to be suicidal on my social media, threaten a whole bunch of people because I know it's going to garner me a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So he's kind of taking this he's putting his life. So even if he dies, or gets locked up or whatever, same mentality as a drug dealer. I got all this money left behind. My family's taken care of. My daughter's taken care of. I'm good. It was worth it. He wants it.
See, that's a level that I think, just the fact that you have a kid, because I know people who have children. Having a child just changed your life. Just that in itself. Me personally, I don't have any children, right? I understand the motivation behind that. But I also feel that there's a point where a lot of people talk themselves out of things.
Yeah.
Right? Life happens to everybody, and it's no excuse, but people like to use it as an excuse. And there comes a point where you just got to say to yourself, listen, I'm either going to do this or I'm not going to do it. I got to a point where I said to myself, listen, I'm not comfortable working for somebody else anymore. If I don't do this, what else am I going to do? Because I really can't do nothing else. Right? I've thought about a lot of things. I really can't do anything else. So I've got
music.
But music. Music is in my blood. It's in my soul.
Okay.
I've tried to stop. It can't happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what mood I'm in. It doesn't matter what the weather is. If it's raining outside,
it's just natural.
You know what I mean? It don't matter, right?
Yeah.
I am always in music. And even when my friends are in the studio, I want to be there with them. I want to hear what they're creating. I want to see how they create. I want to study. I'm on YouTube hours watching concerts. I'm watching how artists perform, how they get crowds hyped.
Right.
I turned to a point where now I'm reading books about not just books about self-help to help myself, but I'm reading biographies.
So, I mean, you clearly have a passion for music.
Yeah.
How come this doesn't translate into traction? So I have a different question. Do you think you're just horrible at being an artist, and maybe just the people around you haven't told you that?
Nah. I don't even, sorry, me, because personally,
Yeah.
If he was an artist and I came across his music, I'd listen to it. Like, I would tell you, like, we're friends. Like, I would tell him straight, like, you're trash if you were trash.
So what do you think? Yeah. Do you think anybody, like, who you've interacted with, they've kind of given you the, yeah, it's good.
Right. There's always going to be people hating like that. There's always going to be people hating like that, no matter what. There's always going to be people to your face that are going to be like, yeah, that was dope. And then as soon as they turn their back, and be like, man, this guy's garbage. This guy's, what is he trying to do?
Yeah.
And listen, I have another friend that I'm going to shout out, 7 Days. 7 Days is a guy who has been doing music since before I was doing music.
Yep. Wow.
When I decided that I was probably going to go to university instead, do something different. He was doing music back then. We did a show at my school at UFT.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy performing. It was, I was in awe. And I'm talking about, this is probably maybe 10 years ago, man.
Do you know his social media? Like, is he have a YouTube channel?
His social media is I Am 7 Days. Y'all go check him out. He has a song out right now called Birthday Dance. He has a song out with Syph.
This man has put in his work. Shout out to Syph too.
And he's been going at it for a minute, and he is starting to pop off right now and see the fruits of his labor. And if if there's anybody out there that I know of who has probably heard more people say, listen, stop this. What are you doing? It's over. If it hasn't happened by now, 100%. You're not gonna get it. You've tried, you've done this, and this is a man who I've seen move across borders, and I have friends that inspire me, is what I'm saying.
He killed the Apollo. I don't know if you remember that. He
was at the Apollo.
He's a Toronto man?
He's a Toronto man.
He went to the Apollo.
Birthday
Please let
Dance.
It be known.
Go check it out on Spotify right now.
Link will be in the description, man.
Birthday Dance. Go check it out. Listen, this is a man. I have people around me that inspire me. So if I was not capable of doing what I'm telling you that I'm trying to do out here, and at a different level now, within the last year and a half, I think I've probably gone harder than I've ever gone before.
I want to talk about that. So, and I could be missing it, right? Like I said, thanks, Joey. You know, not a lot of heads up here, so I'm learning.
Shout out Joey.
But
that's my guy.
But so one album, 2016.
Right.
There was only one album.
Right.
I didn't see any music videos.
No, there was.
I was looking. I'm trying to find interviews. I don't see any interviews.
Right.
Why? In a digital age where people, unfortunately, I'm a person when I do podcasts or listen to podcasts, I don't care about this. I don't look for. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But the only reason why this is there is because some people, they gotta look at shit.
Right.
Yep.
So in a digital age where people love to see shit, why is there no music videos? When you have such great songs
you know
on the album.
I think that the traction just started picking up even after you dropped that. It's different what's been going on with what we're doing, Level Up and everything. I don't know. I know he's working hard and a lot harder than he has been, especially before that, especially when I first met Drecey, right? Because when I met him through shows, I met him through Kid Daniels too. And we were doing shows, but he's preparing for something, so we're gonna have no. You know that, no.
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
But
why not right now?
That doesn't negate the question. When you got a dope album with some good, I know you even had the single out too. Leap Year, which was dope.
I put money on those things.
Leap Year was dope.
I had the video out, and I took the video.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. So I was saying there was no video, so there was a video.
There was a video. There is a video. It still exists. I took the video down.
Okay, why did you take the video down?
I took the video down because there was a change. Like, that was good music.
Let's get you in the mic.
That was good music. I love that song.
Oh yeah, I think
right.
Yeah.
But there was a change with me, with how I moved, how my flow changed, within my life that kind of altered the type of music that I was making, the vibe that I was coming with, and just how I was doing about it. Like, I love the music when I listen to my old music, I love it, man, because I could feel it. Like, it's not like there's no feeling in my music right now, but there was a lot of passion and not a lot of consideration for some of the other things that you need to formulate a song.
Okay.
So I learned how to formulate a song. And when you learn how to formulate a song, it kind of changes a lot of things.
So basically what you're saying is it wasn't a proper representation.
It wasn't a proper representation. Proper rapper, big words of my talents, my true talents, how far I could go. I wasn't pushing myself.
No. That's fair, because at the end of the day, like, if somebody could stumble across that and just take that for this is the best you can do, and we're like, whoa, wait a second, I'm actually a lot better than that. You know what I mean? So that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
Do you have any brothers, sisters?
I do. I have 3 sisters and I have a brother, and they're all younger than me.
What do they think of your music ability? Or do they support? Do they like your shit on Instagram?
Listen. My family is one of the greatest supporters, and that's something else that I have that's great behind me too. Yeah. My family's one of the greatest supporters. Listen, my last show that we had was the first time my mom ever came out.
Oh, that's big.
To see what?
Mom's at the show?
What? Listen here, brother man.
Yo, that's crazy.
Brother man. Listen, I wanted to stop the show and hail her up, but she was too busy filming on her iPad. Listen, you know your mom's dedicated when she's holding the iPad. And my set was about 40 minutes.
God damn. She held it up for...
She held up the thing. She took she tried to take like a 2-minute break. Still, I started doing one of these. I started giving one of these, right?
Yeah, shake it out a little bit.
But she was there, man, and I was hyped. I was hyped that night. That performance was. I was very excited. I was very excited, man.
All right, yo, guys, we're gonna take a 2-second break. Family supporting. You got a good family. So what was the high school you said you went to again?
Sir John A. McDonald.
What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in high school?
Oh, man.
This is. I want you to answer this too after.
Hell yeah, 100%.
Or you know what? Can I start?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
So there was this girl who shall remain nameless. Nicole Williams.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So she
put
liked,
it on blast.
So she liked me, right?
Okay.
I don't know why, but she liked me. And remember Tearaways?
Yeah.
Tearaways?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So yeah, I had the Tearaways on, right? And I didn't have shorts under. I just had the boxer joints,
you
whatever.
weren't prepared.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all.
So free up.
I won't say what led her to do this because that's not necessary. But anyway, school's done. People poly at the end.
Yeah.
She comes creep up behind me. Oh, by the way, she's a sprinter, extremely fast.
Oh, this is
rips off the Tearaways. I'm in my boxers, and she just guns it, and I'm running again.
You're trying to chase her down.
Yeah, trying to
chase her down.
It was bad. It was bad.
Okay.
She ran for like 2 minutes, easy, no problem. And then but I did get it back, and then I just walked home, head down. Yeah, so that was bad.
How did you get the pants back though?
She threw it down and just kept running. I just wasn't gonna keep chasing her. I just wanted to get my pants and go home.
You know that was she felt sorry for you then.
No, she don't know. She embarrassed me enough.
Okay.
Yes. So I think I won. I don't think you could beat me.
Yeah.
But let's hear you try.
Okay. All right. I got one for you. Okay. So this is a rich broke story. This is when you have no money and you're trying to look like you do. That's a good way to start, right?
That's fair.
So we in grade 9, and at the time, the style was, the white jeans, the with the little faded jeans.
Yeah, like the bleach, like the blue, baby blue sound crew. Baby blue, shout out baby blue sound crew and Cardinal off the show with that back in the day swag. Say no more.
So I wanted to have the expensive jeans swag, but I only had the Stitches and Exco money. If people know, shout out to Stitches.
Yep.
I only had that type of money, so I decided that I was gonna do it myself. So what I did is I went to the store and I got me some bleach.
Oh no!
And I got me a bucket.
No.
And
that's how it's done though.
I poured the bleach. I poured the bleach into the bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put the jeans inside. Let that soak up. Let it go nice. And I take it out And the jeans came out like nice. They came out with the white and a little bit of the blue still popping in there. So I'm like, oh shit, that shit work. I know exactly how to do this. The first thing I'm thinking, I'm gonna make a bunch of these and sell them. That's the first thing I'm thinking. I'm gonna make a bunch of these. I'm gonna make a bunch of money. I'm gonna sell this, right? So I'm gonna rock these as like my fashion statement. So I go to school the next day. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Smart minded. You know what I mean? So I go into school and I'm walking down the hallway and it's like midway through the day now. And I notice that there's a small tear on the side of the jeans.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, that is how it starts because I'm telling you, by fourth period, the whole side of the jean had ripped. I had put pure bleach on my jeans. There was no water added to the bleach.
Oh, it was just all bleach.
It was all bleach. I didn't know you had to add water to it.
Disintegrating.
So pretty much my pants were just at a slow disintegration pace. As I was walking down by almost the end of school. School wasn't even done. I think I had a few classes left.
Lord.
This shit had ripped up all the way to my to that area. So I was like, you know what? I had two options. I'm either gonna try to get away with this somehow, like find some tape, or I'm gonna just dip, just go home and just try to get to that phone before that school makes that one phone call. Everybody know that. That's that call that they make to your parents. So I'm like, I'm out. There ain't no way I'm going through the rest of the day. But as I'm leaving to go to school, as if it can't get no worse. There's a gym class letting out. It's all girls. No. And it's all girls.
Yes.
It's all girls. And I'm walking and I'm holding my thing like I'm a patient in a hospital holding the gown, holding the back of the gown. All I'm hearing is, woo! I turned into that girl. I sprinted. I started sprinting. Yeah, I got the hell up out of there, man. That's me, yeah.
All right, that was creative. What about you, man? I know you got some. Everybody has this.
Yeah.
One embarrassing story.
I'm trying to think. Like the whole time when you guys
was just super cool.
He was too busy thinking about the cool jeans.
You know, sometimes you come up in life and you're just too cool. And I'm just honestly, like man, it's hard. I can't even think.
All right, we're gonna come back to you.
No. Like, okay. I mean, I don't remember anything that's embarrassing like that happened to me. Like, sure, a couple slips here and there, but nothing like crazy. But I do remember doing some stupid shit.
I'd like to hear about it.
Stupid, okay, not stupid, but like coincidence and bad luck all at once. Like, it's always like that. Like, I think it's me hurting someone else, but it's embarrassing me. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
fine. I would like to hear about that.
It was elementary school. I don't know. Some people that know me might remember this, might not remember this.
Introduction of the century.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. So I was like, from a young age, I was a little Casanova. So I always had like some sort of girlfriend in my life or something.
Even in elementary school?
Hi, mom. Yeah. That was crazy. She knows. So it was weird, man. I remember I was walking out. It was recess. And gym or recess, whatever. Anyways, my girlfriend is walking. She's far. She's in the same class as me. And I remember we were going to the field, and I had a football. And somebody was like, yo, send that. So I just one time boot it, like a bad man. This thing's going, and like it's going, and I peg my girlfriend right in the dome like an idiot, bro. Like, yo, and like someone like gets hit and they just drop, like, bro. And then everybody was like, oh my god. And so elementary school, bro. Okay?
You killed her.
She drops. People look at her, look back. Everybody's looking at me.
Naturally.
And they're like, why did you do that? No way in hell I could even do that. I'm sorry, by the way. I'm not going to say the names because I can't even remember her name. But I do remember that. I fucking just...
Yo, that
was a big L. That was a big
shout out Me Too movement.
That was it was
shout out to Me Too.
I had to say it was over after that.
I would like to think so.
You know how elementary school girls is petty as fuck.
We do not promote.
What did she do? Did she like write you a letter and leave it in your cubby or some shit like that?
No, I turned something like that. It was elementary school is weird sometimes, man.
Speaking of assaulting women, you guys ever used to play like dodgeball and shit?
Hold up,
like
that's the segue. All right, go.
ever like playing dodgeball, like take that ball and just like throw it, whether it was intentionally or accidentally, and it just busts a girl right in her face?
Yep. And then you
I
just
know
look,
everyone has done that.
and you're just like we're playing dodgeball, but it's still like everybody's looking at you like you did it on purpose.
Listen, I don't know anybody who watched football, but there was a football player on TV recently named Jalen Ramsey, and they asked him if he had a family member on the field, how would he feel about it? This guy said, if my grandma was on the field,
He would,
I would knock her out. So listen, if we are on the dodgeball field and you are a competitor, you better be ready. You better come ready.
Yep.
Okay?
It's going down.
It's always going down.
Yo, what about, like the more fair skinned people, like when you catch them in the face and the whole face turns red?
Yeah.
Remember that shit?
Yeah.
The moments.
The moments.
Let's talk about police. I live right across the street from a police station.
Oh, geez.
I've had my fair
Run-ins.
negative shit run-ins with police officers, and I've had some positive ones too.
Yeah.
Right? How about you? What's your experience with police?
I've had mixed experiences with police officers, and
Let's talk specifically to our police force, Toronto.
Right.
I don't want to.
specifically.
Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, I've had mixed because I've been I don't know if it's fortunate or misfortunate, but I've been on both sides of the fence, let's say, right?
Okay.
I've got to see it from both angles, right? From the angle of somebody who lives in the bad area and you're automatically categorized as such because of the area that you live in, that this is the type of person you got to be. And I've been the other person on the other side who was fortunate to attend university and have a degree behind himself and gain a little respect among the community from that area. Right. Which was UFT Scarborough, which is down by Morningside. So,
Jeez.
Shout out. Scarborough all around. But saying it from that side, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter what I was. It didn't matter how many degrees I had or whatever it was. My complexion let them determine where I came from, and that's just going without no filter, just being straight up.
Right.
And I saw it. There were times where I would walk with groups of people, and because of the university I went to, because of the areas that we live in, there's going to be all kinds of people around you, and I saw the people that would get approached and the people that did not get approached in certain situations. And it was very consistent. And it didn't matter. The police officer didn't matter.
So do you call it out right there on the spot to the police officer? And because that's important, because there's a certain way that you need to handle cops if you want to walk away alive. Which we'll get to that too. But I mean, let's get to you. Like, what's been your experience with
my experience with police of Drecey? Yeah, honestly. Toronto police, I haven't really experienced much. Growing up, I was born in Toronto, Branson Hospital, Bathurst and Finch area. Grew up in Jane and Finch area, then I moved to Mississauga. My cousins growing up, while I was in Toronto, it was a long time ago, man, but experience with police was just negative, but that's just based on, repercussions of some actions too, right? So it's kind of hard to tell. My experience with Peel Region, that's a different story.
Let's talk about that story.
There's a lot of stories. There's too many stories. You
better check the statues before you start talking these stories out here. Man.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, when you grow up, when you're young, you're as much as you want to state your rights to a cop while you're being cuffed, they don't give a fuck. Especially Peel Region, they don't give a shit. Like, I feel like they're very hot-headed. I don't want to, put myself somewhere, but in my experiences, it's never ever good.
So then, and forgive me for interrupting you, but let's double back. So obviously we've had some positive and some negative experiences, some more negative than others. How do you, and we're men, you know what I mean? We don't want to fucking look like pussies, police officer or not. Right. And when we know we've done absolutely nothing wrong, and you're just dealing with an ignorant police officer, like, how do you handle that situation? So, case in point, coming down on Islington, I was speeding, right? And so cop pulled me over, boom, boom, whatever, light comes out. As I wind down the window, I let the police officer know, I'm keeping my hands on the wheel, just so you know. Okay. Can I get your license register? Okay. Just so you know, I'm turning on the light, just so you can see my hands. I'm literally itemizing everything I do before I do it,
'Right. 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 '
I'm like, why?
Exactly. Why?
And because I shouldn't have had to do.
But he has that prejudgment,
right? And but he's like, thank you for doing that. I'm like, how come? He's like, just with everything that's been going on lately, I appreciate. And in my mind, I'm just like, I did it because I also know what's been going on, but I really should have never had to do that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, do you need to adjust how you move and how you talk to them, even if you've done absolutely nothing wrong?
Yeah, you have to sometimes, because really, even when you do nothing wrong, man, they'll come at you the way they're trained to come at you. Like, people might think they're coming at you aggressive, but that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to get something out of you. Aggression.
When you say they're trained to come at you a certain way, what do you mean by that?
They question you a certain way. They'll ask you the same question over and over to irritate you. They'll press on you to irritate you. They'll throw little accusations at you to get at you, like just to see what you'll do if they feel that way, right? Like, that's my experience. You can understand that's my experience.
Right.
Like,
of course.
I've been pulled over for no reason. I've been pulled over for pretty obvious reasons, right? I've been pulled over with people I probably shouldn't have been hanging around with, but I've put myself in that situation. In those cases, that's different. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to speak on that. But
but to my point, and again, just for everybody out there watching this, because this is important, right? Like, again, as men, we don't want to look like pussies, but when you're dealing with the police and they're hot-headed and something can happen, do you recommend just more or less, yes, sir, okay, sir,
hell yeah,
because
honestly, it'll end that interaction quicker, and that's the last thing you want. Like, I've been there, I remember where was it, man? I was downtown Toronto driving, smoking a joint, and then for some reason this protest was coming my way, so we had to pull a U-turn. Didn't realize there was a cop by the window, knocks on the window, roll down the window. He's like, are you smoking a joint? I'm like, I was. He's like, pull over. So I said, okay. So I'm pulled over somewhere by Yonge and Dundas Square, somewhere near that area. And he's like, just starts fucking yelling at me. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're yelling at. Like, I'm fine. And then he's like, stop talking. But then he's asking me questions. And he'll ask me a question, and I'm not saying anything. Yeah. And he's just looking at me until I try to answer the question, and he's just like, I told you to stop talking. And it's just like, see what I'm saying? Like, so you'll deal with certain type of people, like, and that was like a complete, like, one of those interactions that's just like, what the fuck? Just like, this is the stupidest thing. Not like, shit, we need to get the fuck out of here right now type of situation. But yeah, that was an experience. I just remember that was a Toronto police.
So, I mean, like, I can't even
it's like they want.
That's like mind fuck.
But you see what I'm saying?
There.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like, so, like, I've had guns drawn on me for nothing.
Just being you.
Yeah, for being me. Like, just for being young and walking around in the middle of the night in Mississauga.
Now, do you see any? Now, let me ask you guys this question: if you're in a specific neighborhood where generally the crime rate's kind of high, right? And you may not live there, maybe you're whatever, but you're there. Do you think that the police have a right to be a little bit more, I use the word aggressive loosely, but you said guns drawn on you, like things like that. Do you think that they have a right to kind of act that way? Like,
here's something that people got to know. Here's something that people got to know. With every neighborhood, no matter what neighborhood it is that you come from, there's going to be a select few. And the police know them by name. They know who they are. They know who they move. They know their associates because that's their job. There's certain task forces and certain parts
they do, man.
That's their only job is to figure out who these guys are in the streets. That's all they do.
Beat 'em.
Okay, so when they come in and they start harassing everybody, no, they don't have no right because they know who's causing the problem. They know who, in their eyes, are the ones that they need to target, and in order to get to those guys,
they shake down.
Listen, let me let you, man.
Yo, you had a Car Chronicles. It was August the 8th.
Okay.
And you were talking about all the recent violence in Toronto,
right?
And which I found kind of interesting,
right?
And I just want you, I don't know if you remember it.
I do.
But like, I want you to talk about it because that kind of ties into what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Right now.
And it's because a lot of people like to, we're a world right now that is full of hot takes and headlines, right? We don't want to read the full story. We don't want to delve into the truth and try to figure out things behind. So we're just going to stick to what's put in front of us, right? And unfortunately, social media doesn't always portray exactly what's going on in the world right now. So with a lot of the kids out here and a lot of the violence, and I'm talking about Toronto specifically. Like,
of course.
Let's leave the rest of the world out of it because I can't touch on that. I'm not there. I'm here right now. And I can talk about all the stuff that's happening in the city right now, and I'm gonna look at the camera for this one because this is real. Like, The problem right now is we have boys raising boys. We need men out here. We need people who have some kind of rules, some kind of morals, some kind of standards that they live by, some kind of code. And unfortunately, the code has changed from the golden era of hip hop into whatever it is now, the mumble rap. And I don't want to blame it on music, but a lot of the rappers out here that are popular, that are famous, are living reckless lives, and they're young. They're like 16, 17, and they got money, and they're doing these drugs, and these kids are watching it, and they're idolizing these people, trying to be that. And we don't have nobody sitting back saying, listen, hold up a second. You don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. They're only portraying what's good in life. They're not portraying when they're ODing, when they got foam coming out their mouth. R.I.P. to Mac Miller. It's a real thing out here, people, man. It's a real thing out here. Think about Mac Miller. Anybody that really followed Mac Miller, you go back and you look at his last post before he passed away, he was happy. He was laughing. He was in the studio joking around. Yeah. Right? And then what'd he go do? He didn't post that, though. Right. So what we need to do is start teaching the kids that what you see in front of you on the social media, on the TV, all that stuff, don't follow that stuff, man. There's a different way. There's other people to look at. And just because it's not put in front of you doesn't mean it's not happening. Go and delve into the story. Look into it a little bit more. It might take some more time, unfortunately. You know what I mean? It's not everything's going to be 5 seconds nowadays.
But anything that's worth it always does take time.
Everything that's worth it always does take time.
So, okay, with Toronto and all the violence that's going, I remember in your post you were saying, like, again, it's the youth, right? It's the youth that's really doing it, up to a certain age.
Right.
Now, we talked about this on a podcast, the last podcast I did, and we talked about, like, what if they brought the death penalty to Toronto?
See, man.
So hold up.
Yeah.
So if they brought the death penalty to Toronto, and in other words, it's kind of like, it's eye for eye type of thing. So if you kill someone, and you go through the system, the courts, whatever, but you're found guilty, you die. And you don't go on death row and you for a couple years. You die. Now, do you think that would be a deterrent?
I don't know if it'll deterrent, but I'll tell you that shit will change a lot of people's perspectives and what people's decisions when they're fucking whipping that shit out. Man, if you bring that death penalty, things would change. A big percentage of people wouldn't pull on people like they would. Or they'd get a little bit more slick about it, right?
What do you think?
See, the death penalty would have to come with something heinous. Like, you'd have to take a life in order to get.
That's
exactly.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it'd have to be that, and
like,
I promise
actually would have to be on that
people would
level.
change that, bro. Because I've lost a friend to gun violence, bro. Like, tried to rob my friend, and they shot him up for pretty much nothing.
Fuck, man.
Okay, and
sorry to hear that.
No, it's all good, man. Like, it's not all good, but you know what I mean. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if. Those were the circumstances, a lot of people wouldn't pull just for nothing, bro. Like, and these guys are like, man, it's just shock factor too nowadays too. Like, I feel like the media portrays this shit. Like, if it's not shocking, they don't even talk about it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I wake up, I watch the news every single day.
But I feel like, you know what it is? It's just our attention span. Like, 10 people shot, blah, 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 blah. All right, 5 minutes later, next, we just want something else. Like, our attention span is so short, especially with these young kids, right? Like, they don't, like you said, they don't understand. They just see the good. They see the money. They see the girls. They see the partying. They see the drugs. They see the good. But they don't see the cuffs. They don't see the time. They don't see the process.
They don't see all the extra work that goes into all the other stuff.
They don't see you guys doing the extra nights, being fucking arrested while you're leaving court, and then being taken to Penetang, and then being dragged back to Orangeville. And bro, if you're not about that life,
like if you back, for real though, if you have ever seen somebody ODing, or if you've ever seen somebody. If you've ever seen like a dead body for real, or if you've ever seen like the worst, like somebody at their like absolute worst, and I mean like in this case when somebody really close to them has passed, the emotions in them, like that's coming from them. If you have ever experienced these type of things, you're not one of those people out there doing that crazy stuff, man. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. That's not you. It's not part of your system anymore.
People will switch.
It's not part of your system anymore, man. And it's not. You become numb. You become numb to that type of stuff, right? And a lot of people, man, these are just things that I'm hearing. But like these people out here, man, these that are happening, a lot of people are just trying to prove themselves.
But do you feel
it's pride, man?
But do you feel like these things wouldn't be happening if maybe there was more opportunities for the youth
Yeah.
Like, or is that just a
No.
cop out?
But you know
No.
what?
You think it'll be happening?
You know what?
because-
You can't even say that
Cop out.
because the
Cop out.
city now has grown so much in the last 15
Wait,
years.
hold up. But why would you say it's a cop out?
Absolute cop out.
Because I believe that idle hands, devil's playground.
There's plenty of opportunity. There's money for everybody out here if you go out and try to get it.
Yeah.
The problem is everybody's too damn lazy. That's the real problem. Everybody's too lazy. Everybody wants it to be handed to them or opportunity to be real right there in their face. Nobody knows that sometimes you have to go out and get it, man. Sometimes you have to go out and look at this right now. This moment here happening right now.
Yeah.
This occurred because like I said earlier, it's a different mentality with me right now.
Right.
Right? This moment here happening, talking to you, him here, right? All this. It's a different me, man. It's me pursuing. This didn't happen before. This is one of the things that didn't happen before.
Right.
Right? These are one of the things that are happening now. You know what I mean? So you got to put yourself out there. You got to go out and look for it. You got to look advantage for the opportunities. Because my problem was I'm sitting there thinking that I could put out a song on SoundCloud, get a good listen, which I get listens.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? Which I get good listens, and then somebody would just hit me up.
And then boom, change your life.
And then I'm a superstar. Isn't that the way that it goes?
Of
Isn't that
course
the way
it
that it
is.
goes? No,
Of course it
Clearly
is.
not. Clearly that's not. That was my mentality. Because listen, the first time I had a SoundCloud song that it didn't even go like crazy. I think the first one that I had that really went crazy was Lost Soul. Like it was like a freestyle that I did like long time ago.
Before I met you.
That was one. That was a
No,
minute.
no. You know what?
That was a
I did know
minute.
you, but I didn't know I knew you.
No,
because you were on
you're
Manic
right.
Movements,
Right. We were on
yeah.
different. Yeah, we knew each other from earlier. We
But
had
we didn't
drifted and then we
realize, like,
came.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
cross paths.
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
That fucking fly, whatever it is.
I was
wanna
seeing
kill
it
it.
earlier, man. I didn't know if I could slap it,
Feel
if that would
free
mess up
to.
the
I
mic
don't give
or
a shit.
I don't
Kill
want to
this
mess up the
thing.
mic. You know what I mean?
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, we're moving. What was I talking about?
We're talking about cop out.
Right. So you got to do something. I'm just gonna switch it right back to what I was saying. You got to do something where you step out on your own and make that move yourself, right? Because if you sit back and like I said, it had like 2,000 listens on SoundCloud.
That's
this
dope.
was a song, which is dope because
That's dope.
on SoundCloud I think I only have like 70 something followers, like real followers, which I don't.
I think
really,
you have 87 now.
Okay. That's what we're doing. We're moving on up like the Jeffersons. Like I said, we're working, right? So I thought I was gone. I thought I was out of space. I went back to my boy. Shout out Skippy. I went to my boy Skippy and Kid, and I'm like, bro, 2,000 listens. We out here, dog. We out here. And they looked at me, and this is why I have good friends. They looked at me like, boy, you better sit your ass down.
Humble yourself.
You better sit your ass down.
humble.
Like, first of all, we're not surprised. We're not surprised that people like your music. That's not the shock. The shock is that you think that you out of space right now. That you George Jetson right now. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't done nothing. Like you got to go out here and do it. And now I get it. And I should have taken what I see from all my other friends out there doing, man. But like I said, it's a different mentality in this moment.
Absolutely.
This moment solidifies that I'm not talking no crap right here.
And we're gonna come back to. I do have one more question to ask you guys.
Yeah.
It's in reference to like the hotheads out here.
Yeah.
Jay-Z on the Drake album, right? The Talk Up record where he's like, y'all kill X and let Zimmerman live. You guys remember that line?
Yeah, that part's heavy.
So yo, let me ask you this question.
That part's heavy.
If you are like, if you wake up one morning and you're like, I'm gonna kill someone today, or you have beef, whatever, I don't know, but you're gonna kill someone. Nobody could talk you out of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like rather than going to kill someone that looks like you should just go kill this motherfucker?
Like Zimmerman himself?
I do not listen. I do not advocate murder. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not street.
like-
I'm not street. But what I'm saying is, with us, brown on brown, black on black crime, black on brown, vice versa. Wouldn't you feel? And I'm just gonna be blunt. I wish one of these motherfuckers, instead of killing somebody that looks like them, they'd just go kill Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
For me, that once again is being a product of your environment, because it's just like when something like let me take it way back when those beatings happen on what's his
Rodney?
name? Rodney King. All them beatings, happened, and those were all white officers. I think one was
Let me
black.
tell you something, but no one believed that shit back then.
No, but like when it was on,
everyone was like, police are
there
beating.
was a video.
No, they're not beating.
They still don't believe this shit.
There was a video.
They still don't believe this shit.
There's a video, man. Like, how
No,
you
but
guys
when that
know?
video
don't believe.
Listen.
when the
this
video came
shit.
out, they were like,
Right.
"Oh, it's actually fucking true."
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but what are they? Sorry,
Okay, so listen, this is where I'm going with it. This is where I'm going with it, right? So you look at that video, all the cops, I think maybe one of them was black. All of them was white, right? And they went to trial. And of course, we all know how that turned out. And what happened? The riots in LA happened. And where did they happen? All of the black areas.
in the fucking hood, which is crazy to me.
All of the black areas. No black cops were involved, but all of the black areas were getting robbed and pilfered. Why? Because those were the closest to where all the black people were, man.
You're right there.
And there we go back again to the laziness. See, instead of trying to make a real move and trying to do something for real, maybe gather all those same people and walk to somewhere or do something or stand in front of something or block something or I don't even know.
Man, it sounds like you're agreeing with the killing Zimmerman.
I'm not agreeing with killing anybody.
Nigga, is that not what it sounds like he's saying?
I'm not saying kill nobody. No, don't put that on me. You ain't gonna put that on me.
Okay, so hold on for a second. So am I the only one here on?
Honestly, yo, I'll speak on this.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning and you just feel like killing someone for no reason, you should die. Like,
that's fair.
You should die. And if that was the circumstance with this guy, whether it was racist, whatever his like motivation was, if there's no, not even, I mean, there's no excuse. Period. You know what I mean? Like even, it's hard. You know. Situations are situations, but if you woke up and for no reason wanted to body someone, you should probably just die.
You should just
because you're not safe. You're not a safe person to be around. You're not a like. It's just weird.
You shouldn't be walking
You're
the
dangerous.
streets.
Like think about it. Like
Okay,
if I know that about you, like if let's say I did know that about you, like you're my crazy friend that this guy's gonna wake up and probably,
do something.
Okay.
I mean, it's a touchy subject. I know people might hear this and think a whole lot of shit about me, but that's just, I mean, it's my opinion. It's not even coming from a racial perspective. I'm Latino, like, growing up, most of my friends are Jamaican or Latino, like straight up. That's what it was until I moved to Mississauga, and then I had an even bigger mixture of friends. But like, I mean, talking on a human perspective, you're not a safe person if that's your mentality.
Zimmerman is not a safe person. Zimmerman should be fucking exterminated.
There's clearly a mental illness.
There's a lot of
There's clearly something wrong with his head.
Yeah.
There's clearly something wrong with his head, and you can just tell that based on the things that he says. I think most recently he threatened Beyonce and Jay-Z. What?
Yes, because Jay's doing the fucking Zimmerman is autographing packages of Skittles.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Zimmerman, he auctioned it. So, anyways, that's
like why are you?
It's
why
crazy.
Are you,
That's what I'm trying to show you.
Not,
Like the mentalities of some people. Like those people, they need to be. You know what I mean? But if you're defending yourself, if it's in real defense, like for real,
that's different. You know
then
what I
that's
mean?
that's
Like,
different. That's a different thing. I just want to clarify that.
Absolutely.
But there's a line there. Like
Obviously, there's a line. Obviously,
it was a difference. Like you think about it, he was a cop.
No, I'm not saying Zimmerman.
That's a conversation
Listen, I am not saying Zimmerman at all. Not when I say that, but I'm saying there's just people. If you defend yourself, that's a different thing. That's all I'm saying.
Drecey, I was on your Twitter.
I
like Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm Chris Green. Plug your Twitter.
Tweet. My Twitter is Drecey, so it's just simply the name, man. Drecey.
I was gonna say you should spell it for though.
Drecey.
Drecey.
We'll put a little
Pronounce.
Drecey. Yeah.
You on Twitter?
You're right.
No, I'm just a visual man. I like Instagram. That's what I'm gonna say. I do have my Twitter. When I start tweeting a little bit more, I'll hit it up, but not right now.
So I'm on his Twitter. What was it? November the 16th, 2017. He says, "We don't believe you. You need real people. What I say to accounts with 10,000 plus followers and under 50 retweets, likes per post." I remember that. 'Cause that's a real thing. You had another one where you say, "I've made $5 off streaming from this song so far. Small to you, but first time I've made money from a song. That song was Fallen."
Yeah.
Is that song? We could put that in the link.
Put that in the link.
Want to get that higher?
That ain't going nowhere. Listen,
Listen.
the thing that you said about no music videos, listen, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say.
We have another tweet, and this one, it's a little deeper. This happened August the 30th, 2017.
Okay.
It says, as death continues to surround me, I choose to drown myself in my passion. Yeah. Anyone else out there getting sick of these funerals? 3 in 3 weeks. Could we speak on that?
Absolutely, man. My boy City spoke on some of that. Mm-hmm. He spoke on one. I'm not gonna get too deep into the other one because it's personal to the person it was. But there was a person who lost somebody that was really close to them, and they shared a special moment in life, and it happened recently after that, and it was devastating.
In the mic.
It was devastating, mm-hmm. And the third one was just a family member, man. That was really close to me. Never said his name mm-hmm. to anybody, mm-hmm. but they always knew the relation that he had to me. Mm-hmm. And I lost those 3 people really close to each other. That was a really tough time for me, man. That was a really tough time. And like it said in the tweet, I drown myself in my passion. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was talking about earlier, man. Mm-hmm. It never goes away, no matter what happens. And I wrote, that's actually where I wrote a lot of the songs that I'm putting out now, and that's where a lot of the big change happened, actually.
Is there any music that's out now that you wrote during that time?
Absolutely. Fallen was one of those songs.
Fallen was one of those records?
Fallen was definitely one of those songs.
Fallen's a dope song.
Yeah, definitely one of those songs I wrote at that time. Never Enough.
I was going to say Never Enough.
Never Enough.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know his catalog.
Never Enough was a big one. Yeah. That was a big one, that I had wrote at that time. There's other songs that I had written at that time that I haven't released yet. Not that I'm waiting for the right moment or it has to be perfect or whatever. It's just I just haven't put them out yet.
What do you say, or what advice would you give to someone, who's experienced like loss like that, like how you drowned yourself in your music, right? Music's like therapy.
Right.
If I can ask, like, what did you do to kind of cope, to get through?
I'm a little bit different myself. I mean, I recommend people, talk it out.
Yeah.
Reach out to your family, friends, express yourself. You need to, because if you can't bottle it up like me, mm-hmm. then you're going to go crazy. But no, best thing to do is talk about it. Remember the good times like you can, as much as you can. Never forget. That's one thing, because for us, the anniversary is coming up real close. Next month for us, right? So it was in October, and his birthday was right around the corner too. So
yeah, man.
But for us, like it did affect us, especially the type of guys we were. Like we're the type of guys that were quiet, never really spoke about it. So when it initially happened, we kind of just shut down. You know what I mean? And it didn't help, but eventually we all got to talking, and eventually became a subject. Because it was touchy at first, man. It's touchy because it's so shocking.
It's still touchy, man. I still feel it when I start talking about it.
Right. I won't.
No, it's good. No,
because you know what? It's good. It's also
it's good.
It's parallel with the gun violence that's happening in the city, and like unless you've experienced it, your mind, your perspective changes. Like you could be all about that life, and for us, perspective changes, man.
Perspective changes.
Yeah, kind of just flip the switch automatically.
Flip the switch. Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm telling you right now. If you see, man. I can tell. And the joke is that you sit back and I can some of these things that are happening. I'm seeing some of these kids, and I'm looking at myself, mm-hmm. and I'm saying, damn. You know what I mean? Like, there was a point where I was just like that.
That was me.
Like, I was trying to do exactly what these, and I know I get it. I get what they're trying to do, which is why I'm trying to be the person to trying to change it up and trying to say, listen, that's not the way, man. And I know it for fact because I'm living it. Mm-hmm. And it's not the way, man. It's not the way. It's not going to do you nothing. I've seen betrayal on the highest level.
Right.
And it usually comes when you're part of that lifestyle too, man, because you put your trust, your faith, and your loyalty in the wrong people, and they really out there for themselves, man.
Yeah. Listen to what these guys are saying, man. Clearly, it sounds like there's really nothing positive that's going to happen at the end of that type of lifestyle. So, I mean, find something you're passionate about and pursue that.
Yep, facts. Because it's all fun and games, and it's fun when you're with your homies and you're young and like you're growing up. That's what it is. You're growing up. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it gets too real, and sometimes you do come across a lot of money, and that shit might help you grow up a little bit. And if you're smart, you'll notice what you're doing, take that change, do something with it. If someone's willing to educate you on that, because majority of the time growing up and the money that I've seen people get or whatever, anybody was doing hustling or whatever, you're not educated.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, if you're going to do some dirt, if that's what you're up to,
basically
do it.
Use that as a way to get out.
Fuck out.
Use it as a way to get out.
Because you gotta understand, some people really, as much as they want to say like they're about that life, it's like, okay, you're a drug dealer, but your mom's like a pharmacist and your dad's a doctor. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
They watch too many rap videos.
But then you come from a family like mine where both my parents are third world Peruvian. They came here to Canada to change their lives. My dad didn't go to school. My mom didn't go to school. You know what I mean? Like, so we're just starting from scratch. Like, you got 3 brothers in one.
So basically, reason to hustle, a reason to kind of, you know what I mean?
It just depends where you're at. Like, if that crosses your path, that's no excuse to be a hustler. You know what I mean? Because people come out of the dirt, but if that's what, crosses your path and that's the lane you're trying to take, get in and out.
You really how you never seem to like any post but always be watching every story I put up. You're not slick. Now, here's the one I wanted to mention to you about hanging out with real winners just made me realize how much of a loser I was the whole time.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
It's so good you're doing these tweets because I say stuff and then you read into the tweets to bring up the time.
And this one though. It's crazy how in this game you get way more support from strangers than from people you call friends. Shake my hand. So you also said some things about like all your friends, like all they do is play video games, and what the fuck is that about?
Call me out like that. My friends gonna hate me right now.
Nigga, you said it. You put it out. I'm just repeating it. My friends is gonna hate
me right now.
I'm just repeating it.
When I say loser, right? I'm not talking about just like play video games. What I'm talking about is a lack of motivation.
I'm just disappointed when it's just disappointing when your boys never have money to go out and grab drinks, but wait in line ready to buy the latest video game releases.
That's a real thing, man. Like you gotta. That's a priority thing, man. That's really a priority thing. Like, I have a lot of friends that I grew up with, and there's just a lack of motivation there, man. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. There's just a lack of motivation, and it's not even like I'm on a different stratosphere, but there's you gotta be doing something to try to get yourself out. And I have a lot of friends who are moving back, and I try to motivate them by my actions. I try to let the actions speak louder than the words, because you can sit there and talk all day, but if I'm right there beside them on the couch cheering them on while they're playing Fortnite, hoping they kill everybody. I don't even play that game really.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't really play that game, but I'm not really helping the situation. But if I'm out there and I'm barely at the crib, you know what I mean? Or if I'm always out and they see me always doing stuff. Like I have friends who link me at this point are like, yo, Dre, I see you out there, man. Like, yo, you got to link me when you're doing this. Link me when you're doing that. Because, like, I'm just doing that, da-da-da-da-da. So that's how I know that what I'm doing is working.
And I'm not trying to put you on blast or anything like that. Maybe I did.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yo, shout out all my boys, man, on the PS4 probably right now. Probably switching back and forth.
No. But I do want to bring it to a close. When we bring it to I want to just close out on some music, though. I want to talk about your album, Pain.
Right.
I want to ask you why you named your album Pain. I listened to the album, and I'd assume if you name it Pain, like it's going to be like introspective.
Right.
It's not very introspective.
No.
Why did you name the album Pain?
The pain around that time was centered from a lot of things that were going on with just my life. Yeah. Right? That's why it's the acronym.
Yes, it is an acronym.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why it's the acronym, because it is the concept of pain, but not the actual feeling itself. It's just the pain that surrounded me at the time. Right? And what came from that were there were moments of joy, there were moments of anger, there were moments of deep introspection, there was moments, some of them songs are still touch me. Like right now, like they're really really, really personal, you know? And a lot of those things, and anybody who knows me knows this is fact, are things that I have never told anybody, but I put them in my music. So at that time, that was where my focus was at. That's kind of where that whole name came from. What
did you expect to happen when that album came out? Like, what did you think was going to happen?
I thought I was going to blow up, man. Of course.
That's fair. That's fair. Why do you think that didn't happen?
I was unaware of real work went on behind the scenes in order to get something to blow up and to get it in front of the right eyes.
So what do you think you would have done differently?
I definitely,
in hindsight,
I definitely would have put more money into marketing.
Are you really reading my questions? My next question was, do you think an artist should actually spend money?
Because here's the thing. Gotta invest in yourself.
Okay, because people talk about payola. You know what I mean? Or like, I'm gonna pay somebody to pose. Is that a good or a bad thing?
If you get the right person and the money's not too crazy, and you got it, it's absolutely worth it. Because what you have to understand is, if you can find somebody out there with even like 50K followers, you know what I mean, and they put something up, their video is going to be seen not just by them, but they might be followed by somebody famous at that point as well, who also sees that.
So it's worth it then.
Yeah,
I think so.
Definitely.
You know what? Like that gets back to networking at the end of the day too. Like you said, I think it's all execution and timing and just being prepared, because sometimes we, like back in the day, we should just do this. We should just drop the mixtape,
right?
Yeah. Like a quick little link and blah blah blah, little friends talking about it. But like, even when I think back to it, it wasn't nothing really we weren't really executing. We had no direction. It was just a direction was drop it, and then after that, it was like we don't know what the fuck else to do now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
you grow, you learn.
Yeah.
Right. That's essentially kind of how it goes. What was your favorite song on the album?
On Pain?
Yeah.
Resume.
What was your favorite song on the album?
Honestly, because I know
he probably hasn't listened to it in a minute.
I haven't listened to it in a minute, but what I do, so obviously I'm gonna remember the covers. But Never Enough was one of my favorite. That
wasn't
really,
on it, but that
Never
was
Enough
after.
wasn't on there.
No, that was after.
So
I liked Younger Days.
Younger Days
was my shit. Oh, here's a track list right here. I like Younger Days. I also like Tipsy. Tipsy was my joint.
Yes,
Tipsy was sick.
Kid fucks with that. He's actually the one who got me to put that on there.
Tipsy.
I so low can't feel my face. Oh shoot!
And Resume was actually a dope. So what do we? You mentioned it already that you have a lot of music. So when can we expect some more music from you?
I got new music I'm working on actually right this very second. I was just in the studio yesterday. Creating.
He was in the studio because I got the snippets today, and I was jumping in the car.
I was working. I got a few other tracks that I'm definitely working on that I'm going to be putting out. I got a few that I've been sitting on that I've been slapped in the back of the head.
Please get ready.
Are we going to see any music videos?
Yes,
we are going to see music videos. That's going to start up very, very soon, and they are going to be coming in rapid pace as well. There's a plan for that, so don't worry about that. All the songs that I have out right now, at some point you're going to see a video for it.
Dope.
All right.
Listen, you guys, all the links for his music are in the description. The social media links are also in the description for these two gentlemen as well. So if you want to follow them, please make sure you do that. We're going to wrap up, but we're going to wrap up with something that I like to call the random 10. All right, so it's to both of you guys.
Let's do this.
All right, so we'll start with Drecey. Boom, boom, and then we'll keep it going, all right? I'm not answering. I'm just going to ask the questions, all right? All right, first thing. All right, oxtail or jerk chicken?
Chase.
Oxtail.
Jerk chicken. For me.
Jerk chicken?
Yeah, jerk chicken.
Okay.
Well, what kind of sauce you putting on the rice?
Nah, nigga, oxtail
you know
jerk
what?
chicken.
Okay.
Y'all getting too deep.
He's right.
Oxtail jerk chicken.
Let's
all
go.
right. Who looks better naked, Roseanne Barr or Oprah?
Let's just say Oprah, man, because she'll lose weight.
Listen, with my imagination.
I don't want Roseanne.
I'm going to have to say Oprah, too,
I'll say
man.
Oprah.
How many pairs of Jordans have you owned in your life?
6 or 7.
Yeah, you killed me. I'm on 3. That's 3.
All right. Asian or Spanish women?
Latinas all day. Sorry, yo, but I got love for my Asian women. You know, you guys are beautiful, but you know, I'm not biased either. It's just, you know.
All right, what about you, Drecey?
I'll take an Asian girl still.
You see, so if I see like we're good, we're compatible.
I'll take the Asian girl still.
Heinz or French ketchup?
Heinz, man.
Yeah, Heinz.
You said French. This shit was
Heinz
over.
all day. Heinz all day. That's not even the question.
All right. What's the most annoying race?
Latinos. Latinos I just shit on my own people. Very, very.
I feel like I should do the same thing, but I don't hurt myself.
Yeah,
Let me see the most.
Listen, we're not saying we don't like the race.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. Little quirks, whatever.
Yeah, Asian.
The women are fine, but I don't know about the rest of the motherfuckers. How many gay people do you know?
3.
Yeah, same.
3. Okay.
And not the same 3 either.
No,
That's
no,
good.
completely
That's good.
different, yeah.
If you could change the ending of any movie, what would it be and how?
You go take this. Let me.
This is light work. This is something everybody would change. I would change the end of Titanic, and show that they could both fit on that piece of wood, bro. We all know that they could fit on that piece of wood, man. Like, it's been proven they could have played a game of cards on the piece of wood, man. We all seen the meme. I would have changed that. Leo needs to live, bro.
That's for real.
Leo
That's
needs
for
to
real.
live, dog.
What about you? What are you changing?
Chucky. Child's Play at the end of the movie, they put the head on top of the TV like they wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't understand what he's
just confused by it. He doesn't even want to change it. He's just
That's why
confused.
we had Chucky, Child's Play 2.
He's just
3,
confused.
4,
All because
5,
they left the
right
fucking
up-
head on the
straight
TV. That's
up.
real. That's
Just
real.
got rid of that shit.
Straight up.
What age is it okay for your child to start watching porn?
10?
Male or female? Male or female?
Oh my God. 10. Save it till 10. If you're watching this, children of mine in the future.
When they start
Save
doing,
it till
when did
10.
they start doing sex ed in school?
I don't know, but I for sure watched porn at
grade
like
1 or
7.
Grade
somehow.
like 7 or something like
Yeah,
that.
and remember, there was no internet back then. It was like TV.
Magazines.
Yeah.
As soon as
magazines and shit.
I'm hoping that my kid is wise enough to come to me and ask some dumb question about something
Just
sexual.
saying,
what
like,
age?
I mean, if you're
Whatever
what
age that
age?
is, whatever
I just say-
age they start asking me
I
questions.
need a number.
Okay, I would say, listen, youngest 8.
8? Okay.
yeah.
All right. And last,
It's just watch.
what is your favorite Jamaican cuss word?
Like in the moment.
However you want to do it. What's your favorite Jamaican cuss word?
Skunt. I like skunt. I had a lot of fun using skunt.
And what about you, Drecey?
Rascal.
Rascalot. All right, you guys. Yo, thank you so much.
I like Frosty too.
Yo, thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of The Ignorance is Free. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and comment. We're going to break this up into a couple different parts as well. So
Yes,
make
sir.
sure you guys comment.
Before
on
we
those.
dip out, let me just say one thing, about Level Up Media and what we're doing out here,
Yes,
just right
yes,
quick.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let
Of
me
course.
just
I'm
talk
going to
about
give you
that.
guys a little time to take this
Okay.
out. Of course. Of
Okay.
course. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right, so Level Up Media pretty much just started from artists realizing that there's a lack of support, there's a lack of real platform for real talent out
And
here.
unity,
So
unity in the city as well.
what we
please.
did, and this is where it comes back to the whole hustling and taking things into your own hand, was instead of waiting for people to put on shows, we started putting on our own shows and putting ourselves on our shows. That's how it all started. And that turned into us putting on other artists. And it's not 30, 40, 50 artists. We do 5, 6 artists.
Nice.
Right? So
Means
we
I
give
don't
you
have to
enough
be
of
there
time.
until like 1 until
You don't
10.
gotta be there until late at night
Exactly.
watching a bunch of people that are garbage for that
Quality
one
over
good
quantity.
person. We vet every artist first as well, so we make sure that they're good. And check out the links for my music as well. You can listen to my music and see the caliber that we're looking at. You understand? I'm gonna put myself up on that pedestal for a little bit. But we do have another show coming up September 30th. It's gonna be really big, man.
Where's it located?
Main-
The show?
May Cafe.
Main
Cafe.
thing, tell them we do not no pay to play.
Right. So one thing that's big out, out here with Toronto artists that unless you're in the game you wouldn't understand is that what promoters will do is they will charge you an upfront fee, so like a $250 or $300 upfront, and then they'll give you a certain amount of tickets,
And throw on
and each of the
30
tickets will have the value. So let's say they give you $250 and they give you 10 tickets. Each of them are worth $25. It is then upon you to go and sell those tickets to your friends, to fans, to family, to whoever it is like that. The problem is once you get to your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th show, the crowd of friends that want to come out and see, the friends and family that were excited about your first few performances starts to decrease. So it gets a little bit more difficult, and that doesn't affect the promoters because their pockets are still lined, but these artists are out here suffering, and it's not really a platform. You just perform for your friends. So we changed that up. You don't got to pay us up front. There's no fee up front. You make money. Do you have to promote yourself? Absolutely, but you should be wanting to do that, right? You should be wanting to do that, absolutely. And based on how well you promote yourself and all that, then we give you a little bit of monies, man. We give you money for stage time, and we put you in front of the right people. So we do have a show. Level Up Media is also on Instagram. It's Level Up Media Group on Instagram. You can check that out as well.
The link will also be in the description.
All right, so check that out so you can learn about the show. And if you're interested in being a part of the show, hit us up in the DM.
All artists, please hit us up.
And if you need anything else, man, because we do studio time, we do graphic design, screen printing, embroidery,
we got
you know
it
what I'm
all,
saying,
baby.
Photography. If anything an artist needs, you can hit us up, man. And that's what I'm talking about, entrepreneurship.
Yo, and I do want to say one thing that's ill about what you guys are doing. The whole, because you guys are hip to it, right? You know how the fucking promoters do. You pay them to perform and then they give you the tickets.
I've done it. We've all done it, man.
I've never been a
all
fan
done
of
it.
that. I always thought that was fuckery. So I really like the way you guys are spinning it
Right.
because the niggas who do that shit, they do get like 80 people to perform.
Yeah.
And then you go, you sell your tickets or whatever. You may sell 6, you may sell 7, 10, whatever. But now they got to come, take time out of their day, be there from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 11 p.m.
Waiting
at night just to
sometimes.
see you.
Because you might not even go on stage on the time that you're supposed to
Yo,
go
there's
on
been
stage.
times where they don't even go on stage. I've seen it.
like hours later because it's
But
not.
I've
it's
driven
not in the right
to
time.
Pickering and not hit the stage.
Yeah,
over
that's
some
it's
dispute,
right.
you know?
It's fucked up. So also what I do appreciate is the fact that you guys do vet the artist. So
Yes.
it's not like, hey, if you pay, you can perform. It's not about that. It's about quality.
So listen,
I
artists, if you hit us
appreciate
up, you make sure that you got some good music and that you know how to perform. Listen, if you get rejected, that's just part of life. All that means is that you got to come back stronger. That's all that means.
No ego, please.
That's all that means. Just please.
Like, I appreciate the hunger, but we just want, somebody that's
We're trying to get the
really,
best artists
if you
out
guys
here.
want to perform and really, really bring a show out, that's what we're
And at the end of the day, you should appreciate that as an artist because you don't want to be like extremely talented, can put on a good show, but now you got to go after somebody that was so bad, everybody in the audience coincidentally had to go for a smoke.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's such a
So
different.
It'll ruin. At the end of the day, it'll ruin our reputation.
We're just trying to change that dynamic in the city.
The whole game is about to be flip-flop, turned over its head, and we already have people trying to replicate, which is hilarious, and we already have people trying to stop it, which is hilarious, because neither one of those things are going to be possible. I'm telling you right now, we coming. So if you want to be part of the movement, you know what I mean, just hit us up. Like I said, it's Level Up Media Group. You already know. Drecey, September 30th, May Cafe, 876 Dundas Street West. Tickets are only $15 too, man.
Dude, that's
Only
mad affordable.
$15. It's nothing.
Man, we had some good people show up. Even like Joey was there, Adam Bomb was there. Shout out Adam Bomb. Rich Kid came through, blessed us with his presence as well. Jet Set, like it was. I mean, all the artists, man. Like,
we get a lot
I
of
can
support.
go crazy. Like,
We've
we've had a
big
lot of
thing.
artists from the cities, like Crazy Santega, Keep Go Half.
Yeah, you want me to name out the artists?
Yeah,
Yeah, 7 Days, Frazier, we have Roche, Santega, Dirty, we have Noel, we have Scrambler Gang, we have
Scrambler Gang, shout out Scrambler Gang.
we have Leno and Half.
Leno Half, they killed it.
You
man.
know what I
Dirty
mean?
music, shout out Dirty. Yo, it's
So basically, the quality of music. Is
you know what?
We've had a lot of artists.
Shout out Maka Stout.
Maka, Yannick, Yannick.
Francis,
Yeah, they
yes,
haven't forget them neither, man. Yeah, straight up. It's no joke. Like anybody who's ever come to one of our shows, if you talk to any one of them or any one of these artists, they'll let you know, man. It's no game.
Dope.
Like we bring only the top talent.
And it's all about you guys. Like, this isn't about us. It's
Yeah.
about you, the artist.
Straight.
We want to make sure you guys know that.
Well, this one is about my birthday. But
Yo, the information is going to be in the description too, all right? So make sure you guys check that out. The show is September the 30th at what, May Cafe?
May Cafe,
Make sure you guys
876
come through.
Dundas
And
Street
also
West.
artists out there, man. These guys are giving you an opportunity to perform and to stand next to some top tier artists as well in the city. So again, bring your best. Make sure you submit that high quality music. And of course, I want to come to this event.
yeah, man, you know you're invited,
So
bro.
you know I'm
Please,
gonna
you know
be
you're,
there.
you know you're
Yes,
invited, man.
yes,
We got
yes.
you on the VIP if you
there
come
we got
true,
some.
bro.
We got some. We got
We got some merch. We
some
gonna
dope
get you,
merch
man.
coming out
We
too,
got some merch. We got a lot of things happening, man. A lot of things are gonna happen. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to be able to focus on something, man.
Yeah.
And right now I got this business and I got my music and the focus is there. And
dope.
we're about to, you see the way, I like that you're showing them, but they can't see it.
That's dope.
I like that. I like that.
I can see it though.
Yeah, I like that. So we got a lot of stuff
sick.
happening. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff
sick. That's
happening. All
lit.
right. So we coming, man. This year you're going to hear from me. 2019, man.
Let's go.
2019, end of
Drecey.
2018, Drecey. 2019, Drecey. 2018, level up. You know what I mean?
In the meantime, the ignorance is free as per usual.
Yes.
We out here, man. Super nigga Black Powers.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much, man.